This is Ari from TMK Labs, and welcome to 0th session of TMK Labs Remote Full Stack Engineer course. So today's discussion would be like, what are we going to discuss in this course, as well as here are the topics that we will be discussing in the next few minutes. Let's see some facts before moving on. As you know, education has become more of grade centric nowadays. Either students are studying for good grades or job instead of innovation or invention. And also, at least I haven't seen anybody in a while, like in the last 3 years, like any engineering student realizing the value of the degree he or she is doing, because engineer is the best reward that one could ever get in life, because it means like purely solving problems, like not just doing job. But unfortunately, we can't blame students, because not everybody is getting enough guidance or a platform to learn and explore themselves. So here is the fact that I usually ask students: if someone is spending 10 lakhs in 4 years to get a degree and then get a job that pays him around 35,000 per month, it's not worth studying. Why? Let's say at 4% interest, if you lend this money to someone, they'll pay you 40% interest, 40,000 rupees a month as interest. And now in 4 years, with simple interest, if you see, it will become around 19 lakh rupees, and your principal amount sums up will give you around 29 lakh rupees. So you want to get a job by investing 10 lakh rupees in 4 years of your degree that pays you around 35k in a city like Delhi or Chandigarh, where you won't be able to save more than 10k. It means barely you are able to save around 1.5 lakh a year. Or you want to go for this option. Well, I would say there is one more option, which is a TMK Labs course. But before that, let's see some more problems. So coming back to like, if we consider it from our teachers or colleges perspective, here are the problems at least I was able to identify. The first one is teaching has become more of an alternative job than a passion, because today if you see, teachers are more into finishing syllabus than actual teaching. And then useless assignments, holidays, programs. Can you show me any student, or just ask yourself how frequently or how often you do assignment with heart, right? It's more of filling pages and submitting. Because actually, and also at the same time, I don't think every professor is writing their own assignments, questions at least, right? And then not updating syllabus. Recently, I got to know that there is a engineering college where they are teaching .NET, which is super funny. And then lack of interest to create excitement in the students towards programming. I feel like the actual program comes on laptop or with debugging on board or paper and pencil. But unfortunately, it's again, as I said, as long as the teachers and colleges focus on finishing the syllabus and giving the degrees to students, I don't think that we will ever be able to see good engineers in India. And the next one, students are coming from, like, if you see from students' perspective, very rarely I usually see like any student with self-learning habit. So do you ever get that excitement? Yeah, I want to learn this HTML or Redux state management or recoil. or whatever concepts you want to learn. And the next one, lack of project oriented learning. You just learn to pass the exam or get a job, but it's never like solving a problem. And because if you are creating one more e-commerce shop or e-commerce store or a personal blog as a final year project, it's to be honest, it's not worth doing engineering. And then next one is not asking questions like why am I doing, why should I learn this concept, what is this concept, and how can this concept help me, and how can I create something out of it. And then lack of interaction. For example, when I was doing my engineering, so often, like I used to I used to have more friends from like my seniors than my own classmates. Even I used to sit in their classrooms to discuss concepts and to learn things from them. So interaction is something which is very important. I would highly recommend you guys to do it. And then lack of guidance. If you ever come across a person who knows more than you, always try to steal time from him or her. This would definitely help you. And remember, as I said, you can have a PhD degree, still you can be a fool. A beggar can have more intelligence than you. So never think like he is younger to me or he is elder to me. No. And then not thinking big. So often students just feel like, okay, college आया, class attend किया, चले गए. It has to be something else. It has to be like, yeah, how can we, okay, I've learned HTML, CSS. Can I solve any problem with this? You should start thinking in these ways. So the solution is TMK Labs, this full stack, remote full stack engineering course. So the main motive behind this course is to create a platform where any student with passion can join and learn from first principles and can create their own future in the form of startup or by becoming the best programmer in a specific field or continuing studying further in masters with some research and so on. And so how do we do, how are we going to create solution? As I said, first principles. We start from the very core basics and we continuously ask these questions like, what is this concept? Why should we learn? How can we create something out of it? And then we write code in n different ways so that you would understand the time complexity, space complexity, like how do you know efficient program or not, this a specific program, and so on. And then each video clip won't be more than 5 minutes because I myself feel like boring if it is more than 5 minutes. So except this video, you won't see any video crossing 5 minutes, so that you will be able to retain your attention and finish sort of, you feel like okay, this is a small concept, I'll finish it, right? And then a ton of assignments after every clip, just to, because it shouldn't be about finishing, but it should be about like solving questions so that it creates more doubts and you get more concepts and you learn more things. And then a Discord channel, like a Discord server, like to interact with your peers, which is one thing very important if you want to learn programming and have a good career in programming. So you learn from one another. And then emphasis on more on problem solving. We continuously sometimes discuss theoretical parts. Sometimes we try to implement code on real-time problems. It can be of traffic problem. It can be delivery problems. It can be like, for example, currently I've been thinking of an idea called IMS, Intuitive Mapping System. So as a result, we will be doing real projects instead of show-off projects like again, yet one more e-commerce store or a social media platform and so on. So requirements for this course: simply a good laptop, a stable internet connection, curiosity, consistency, interaction, engage with your peers on Discord. Again, I'm saying this course is for those who really embrace engineering. Yes, I want to be a software engineer. I really want to be an engineer who wants to solve problems in the real world. But not for those people like who feel like, yeah, I have to learn and then I get a job. No. Because when you are good at concept, if you are really good at specific skill, you'll have your value in this world and people feel happy to pay you and hire you. So don't worry about it. So what are we going to discuss? As I said, we learn from first principles. So literally we begin at the very outset of the computer era, which is history and evolution of computers, how computer works, internet works, how a website or app works, like behind the scenes, where we discuss front end, HTML, CSS, the theoretical part to give you an overview before starting the course, or backend मतलब क्या है, or server or database or tools like server tools like Nginx, or how do we deploy app, version control system, and so on. So yeah, and what should we know to create one, as I said. And then we will be beginning with JavaScript, where we will be discussing from basics, and then ES6, which is the base for React. And then we'll be learning version control system so that you can collaborate with your peers on your future projects that we do at TMK Labs. And for front end, we'll be discussing HTML, CSS, Flexbox, and React. And then we'll be discussing TypeScript and migrate whatever we do until then in React to Next.js. And then backend, where we will be discussing about system design, like how can we create efficient system using like by learning concepts like load balancing and whatever, like load balancing, like how can we manage servers, or various techniques to handle the traffic by distributing them, um, and then latency, and then IP, TCP, HTTP in detail, and so on and so on. Well, as I said, I'm not a teacher. Well, I work as a software engineer. So as a part of my job, or I love learning continuously. So whatever concepts I get into my mind, I would definitely add those to this thing. And then we'll be discussing Node.js. Maybe here we will have two options. One is Python Django, uh, like for backend, or else we can go with Mern stack. And for database, we will be discussing Postgres, and maybe we might use, if we use Django RM, and or else for Node.js it would be Prisma. And then for coming to deployment, we will be doing using AWS as well as DigitalOcean as well as Netlify. And the projects will be like TMK Classroom, live board feature, where I've been thinking, like, it's my 5-year-old idea to replicate a physical school into a virtual school with all the features you would ever see in more of real time. And a community app with blockchain rules, which is very exciting project, because that is my another startup I've been working on currently, and so on, whatever I feel like exciting. And last suggestion again, don't give up. Consistency is the key. Believe in the process. Things take time. Practice every day, 60 minutes in the morning, 60 minutes in the evening initially, and later on you can scale it up. And then do assignments and interact more. And if you ever have any doubts or you want to contact, you can reach us at team.tmklabs@gmail.com. And with that, this session is finished, and see you in the session 1, where we discuss about history and evolution of computers. Yeah, thanks. If you find this video helpful, please do like, share, and subscribe.